Welcome to this week's episode of Six Pack Cinema. Today we are reviewing A Simple Favor starring Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, two women, one geek prude, one a slut weirdo, and the one goes missing. Murder, mystery, deception. Let's get into it.
Dude, you should review movies.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay, I've had a couple, so movie review.
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Jimmy. I'm here with John and Dave. Today we're talking about A Simple Favor. If you're tuning in, I'm guessing you've seen it, so spoilers beware, because this is a mystery. There's a lot of twists and turns and different things and all that. Blah, 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 blah. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. All right, I saw this movie this morning, so it's pretty fresh.
Wow. Okay, I think that's going to be
good.
I think that's super interesting because this is something I've learned from this podcast, really. My walking out of the movie take is often very different than my 3 days later take.
I agree.
So
I agree.
it'll be super interesting. So next week, I'll write this down or we'll try to remember it. John, next week or on Headliners on Thursday, I want to ask you if what you think has changed after we do today's.
And like you sit on it for a few days.
Yeah.
'Cause I agree with that. Walking out of the movie, I felt really different than I do now.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, can I tell you how I feel about it right now?
Yeah, let me tell you how I feel about it right now.
Sure.
Okay, I don't like it. I think it was a great movie until the last 20 minutes. And then I think the writers got together, even though it was a book, they got together and they said, all right, well, we're bored. Let's get the writers from SNL over here, and they'll wrap this up for us in a real quick, tidy package. Because it was so fucking different than the whole movie. Nothing made sense. Like, it was completely out of character. It was it was hokey as hell, and I didn't like it at all.
Okay, Dave.
I agree it was hokey as hell, but I felt like that fit the tone of the movie perfectly. The entire movie was like hokey as hell, like trying to take itself serious while also being tongue-in-cheek, which is what I actually really liked about it.
In what way? No, okay. Continue. We'll discuss later. Go on.
Jimmy, how did you feel?
I agree with John, but not. I think he's a little more than me because I don't think the third act ruined the movie, but I think it was substantially worse.
Yes.
Once we find out the twin, and then once she meets Anna Kendrick at the gravestone, the movie became a shit show.
Yeah.
But up until that point, it was awesome. And I kept thinking to myself while I was sitting there, I can't leave. Like, I have to know what happened. I was entrenched. Where we've done movies before that I don't care. Like, I if I left right now, I never found out, wouldn't give a shit. But I had to know what the fuck was going on. Who did she died? Who was in on it? Who wasn't on it? And they should have somehow, and we can get into rewatch, but they should have somehow finished that third act. But let's not go with that big of a picture first. Good, bad scale, John. Are you bad? Because I'm still good.
This is where I'll tell you either by the end of this podcast or on Wednesday. Because right now I'm leaning towards I'm upset. Because it could have been so much better.
But, okay. So
whether that means good or bad yet, I'm still on the fence. I mean, I'm leaning towards good because I enjoyed it. But I enjoy a lot of bad movies. So who's to know?
Dave, what are your good, bad side? Just for now.
I'm on the good side. We'll get into our actual ratings near the end.
Yeah, for first-time listeners, we give our entertainment rating, popcorn rating, and critical at the end. But just so the general point of view, like, I'm good, but I was much better when I walked out the movie, and I've come down.
Yes, I'm the same way. I've definitely come down. Yeah. I wrote my scores and everything when I first walked out, and I had to go back and change it before we recorded. Like, when I was thinking on it again earlier today.
Yeah. All right, let's start with Anna Kendrick. We loved her. I mean, you had to love her in this role.
We loved her, yes.
Yes, this was the perfect role for Anna Kendrick, I felt like. It was all her other roles were preparing her for this.
Yeah, she's a sweet, sexy little girl. I love that someone called her a sexy squirrel, and it just stuck in my brain. That's exactly what she is. And she she's supposed to be uncomfortable. She's supposed to be not good in her own skin. So it was perfect being a single mom being intimidated by this very long-legged, sexy woman. It was great. Exactly who she should be.
Yeah, no, great. And she played like you said, she's a timid little girl, but she also is like clearly crazy in her own right. Brother fucker.
Brother fucker, yeah.
Which
did you
she
see that
just
coming at
embodied
all?
Perfectly. What?
I think that was perfect. I mean, no one gets more turned on at funerals than this girl.
Yeah, that was
2 times.
it's a calling card.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I take Wedding Crashers as gospel, and that taught me at a young age you can always hook up with women at funerals.
Evidently. I thought that was fake, but this movie is reality.
She crushed it. She was like, this was a perfect role for her.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all agree there. Blake Lively. I have. If she wasn't as drop dead gorgeous as she is, I think I'd have problems with some things. But she
Really?
is so attractive.
Yeah.
Like what?
One, the outfit she wore, they were like, you used the term hokey before. I know they're supposed to be. I really wish that this movie dropped the hokey bits altogether. I think it would have been much better. I think.
I don't think that was hokey because she was a PR manager for a high-end design firm, so like a fashion firm. That they all dress like dickheads. Like that was.
But like when she showed,
and somebody who works in like New York, where she was working in like the advertising and PR world,
Yes,
that
Dave,
would
no.
not
okay, but she doesn't need to show up at
exaggerated.
when she's coming home from
at the grave. Yeah, you're right.
she's coming home from work. Fine. When she shows up at the grave with her boobs hanging out, which I love clearly, but like and a cane and like all this stuff. I think she always wore gloves to avoid fingerprints. That was kind of cool, but
Oh, excellent point.
But like that didn't do it for me. And then there was like the hokey sense of this movie. I wish it edged more towards serious than it did than it tried to sprinkle some comedy in. And I mean, we can do that now if you want. This director is Paul Feig, who does like Spy with Melissa McCartney and Heat with Melissa McCartney, and he did the Ghostbusters and
Bridesmaids,
he did The Office,
and
Bridesmaids, Knocked Up. He does straight comedies.
Yes, that was my note. It felt like he wanted to branch out from that, and then got cold feet a little bit
At the very end.
And not even the very end, because I felt like it was the end. It was ramped up, but throughout the whole movie, there was definitely a lot of like laugh out loud, weird.
Explain to
funny
me
parts.
what aside from the detective, because he was supposed to be busting balls and he was supposed to be kind of like making light of the situation, because that's just like I get that part. Aside from the cop, what was laugh out loud funny?
Well, they
Or
wanted
what was the
they
funny
wanted
part?
the gay dad to be funny throughout the entire movie, and I thought every single time it fell flat and did not fit the tone at all. I
I just thought he was a sassy gay dad. Like he was just.
Which is funny. Like I had a packed theater seeing this, and they were all like throughout the movie they were in not tears laughing, but it was audible laughs throughout the entire movie.
yeah.
Do you guys ever see Girls? Because he's in Girls and he just played the same character. So for me, that was.
I didn't.
was-
I didn't like the jokes there. I just wish they did a lot of different jokes.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
the one joke with the dad that bothered me a lot was at the very end when he runs her over and makes
That's-
that really horrible one-liner.
Well, I mean that ruined
The whole thing.
That ruined the whole thing for me.
Yes.
A small change that I feel like wouldn't have ruined it is if you had that car that hit her be the detective. And he just pops out and he's like, I knew it! Instead of
No.
like some snappy one-liner. Like he was rushing there.
I don't think
Because
you can do that
They
gag
just
at all.
showed...
No, you can't. You can't. That gag needs to go away. And besides the fact, they
you
showed.
were
They showed.
praising
They
that
showed.
gag. Wait. You were praising that gag in Red Sparrow earlier this year when the lady got run over by the car.
Because they didn't make a joke out of it. They didn't make a joke out of it immediately because she ran across the street into it.
But
like,
we all laughed
whatever.
and made jokes of it. You can't just say that gag's played out now.
Wait,
Like,
but they
the
didn't
gag
do that.
works
They
with
didn't
the
do
you
that
do
for
it right.
laughs. They did that for gasps.
Yeah.
But-
Big difference.
We bring the tape up. Sheehan was saying how hilarious it was, and we were all laughing at it.
But there's different humor. There's laughing at something because like
that's what I'm saying, though. You just had to do it right. I think doing it with the dad
Red
was wrong.
Sparrow
but
wasn't trying to make us laugh.
No.
No,
which is why it
wasn't.
was
but
funny.
I think But no, I think you could still have that ending where she gets run over.
Dave, take a breath.
And you
Hold on.
just-
Dave, please take a breath.
Yeah.
The reason why it pissed me off so much is because not 5 minutes beforehand, they have the guy getting arrested for smoking weed in his living room, and suddenly he's out in front of the cops, fucking chasing down this, watching the live stream. Like, that didn't fucking make sense in the least bit.
Yeah,
that was completely out of order. Like, they threw that, like, hey, let's just throw a guy. He's just going to run him over. Who's going to run him over? Let's take the sassy gay guy. Oh, it'll be hilarious. Ha ha. Oh, wait, let's just forget the rest of the movie. It doesn't matter.
Chin, take a breath. I literally just said that. I said it doesn't make sense with that character. That's why you had to do it with a different character, and it wasn't good with that character. You're agreeing with me, you idiot.
No.
No, we get way ahead of ourselves there. But
Sorry, yeah.
that was bad. That ruined the whole thing for me. I would have done it any other way but that, or in any joking manner. But let's go. Let's go to the second act where we're in the middle of it. What were you guys thinking? Because were you thinking Anna Kendrick was part of it at all? Like, did that ever cross your head?
No. I in the middle, I thought that the husband was in on it, and they were trying to frame Anna Kendrick for murder.
I didn't know. I kept changing what I thought was going to happen so many times in this movie. In the beginning, I was like, I bet you Anna Kendrick's going to be a part of it. And then I was like, oh no, she's going to be framed for it. And then when they met at the grave, I was like, oh no, they're going to frame the husband and run off to be together for it.
I went every which way. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Did you know the twin was going to happen before it happened? Because I guessed that. I guessed that when they said heroin in the toes and fingers, I was like, oh, she's probably got a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was because she was clearly still alive, and they showed the tattoo, and I was like, you couldn't fake the tattoo. On someone it would be like too fresh, they would have been able to tell by that, so I figured it had to be a sister or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of that twin, though, I really liked Blake Lively as the twin when she wasn't pretty.
She was. It was so good and looked so different that I was like, this. They didn't get a second look-alike actress, right? Like, this is Blake Lively doing both parts.
Yeah,
I knew it obviously
her and
was.
makeup.
But I knew it obviously was. But I thought they did it really well.
No, what they did was they got the makeup artist from the town who made up Blake Lively as a shitbag, and they brought it back for those scenes.
Yeah. All right, so I didn't know which way it was going to go, and then we find out she killed her sister, but it was somewhat spur of the moment. Like, the sister reached out to her, she did the life insurance policy, blah blah blah.
That apparently the insurance policy was totally organic, and that was meant because of Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, I think that was like she had did that in good nature because of Anna Kendrick, and then her sister reaches out. And then she kills her. And when she's about to kill her, it probably all clicked right there. Like, oh, I just got this, blah, 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 blah. I thought that was well done. I liked all that. I really, really, really liked the closet. The closet gag. When she's dancing and she's decorating the whole closet. And then all of a sudden, boom, it all shows up. That spooked me. Not spooked me, but that was like, oh, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. See, that one I gave a heavy eye roll. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like, do you know how long it takes to put that closet back together? And this girl's gonna waltz around her old house while the movers going like that was. I get you. The
she
shock
took
factor,
the closet out and then went home and packed up her house.
I understand that, but the shock factor is one thing. But then the realistic part of me was saying oh, fuck off. It was a great shock. It was good.
It was like,
but
it was like, oh, she's still alive for sure, positively.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I mean, I thought once the kid said it, she saw her. And also, that happened after the the envelope, right? Or the envelope was afterwards?
Afterwards.
Okay, yeah, because after the envelope, you knew there was no ifs, ands, or buts. She was alive.
Yeah. You know what? This movie, we just found out that it was written by the lady who did a lot of American Horror Story episodes, and now that's starting to upset me because I don't like American Horror Story, and the whole section where she goes to Michigan and goes to the camp, then goes to the mom's house with Bruce the guard, and it's like a haunted house. That now is sticking out of my brain as that's such a shitty American Horror Story episode.
Well, I didn't realize it obviously when I saw the movie, but when you told me that before we recorded, I felt like the whole movie makes more sense now, knowing it came from a writer of American Horror Story, where they look good, whether you like the plots or not, or the acting, they always look good, and they're very over dramatic and wacky, and like you're laughing at shit you probably shouldn't be, which I felt this movie was as well.
But now, do you see that scene in a different light? Because I 100% do. Which is
maybe because I just started watching the latest season and it's nothing like it. I'm not connecting that, but maybe.
So there was two things that really fell flat for me. Like I just said, the closet thing hit. Anna Kendrick hit. I liked the whole sister twin thing. That was all good. The ending, which we already talked about with the car, really, really fell flat. And the other thing that really pissed me off even was the car chase scene with Bruce. And then he's at the front gate and he's got the gun and she's like, oh my God. And the whole theater's like, oh my God. And then he's like, get me a cardigan in blue. That was
stupid.
The biggest swing and a miss at a joke and like made me mad for faking
like drama.
Tension and drama for like a really shitty payoff. And like those gags, take those out of this movie. And I just think get a better director. Like I wouldn't have a comedy guy direct
Not even
this.
close.
I'd have like Ben Affleck, director of The Town or Gone Baby Gone, direct this, and I think you have a really good mystery.
See,
David Fincher.
What's that?
Fincher, I think, would have been great for this.
Yeah, he would have been a little heavier. Like I think there's a nice mix of like it's still kind of light, but all those gags I think ruined it for me.
Yeah. Sorry, Shane, what were you saying?
The whole time I was thinking, like this is a Gone Girl movie, very similar. This is like before the final act, before the confrontation. I was like, this is everything I wanted Gone Girl to be, minus the shitty jokes and everything. But like Gone Girl for me just ended abruptly and stupidly. I saw this one coming to a head. I was like, all right, let's go. This is like fixing what I hated about that movie. What was I wrong? But
yeah, I didn't. Okay, so let's get to the third act because I thought it was brutal.
Yeah, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Because you're a big YouTube guy, or you dabble in YouTube stations and
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit, okay, but you're very audio visual centric.
You have eyes, you have ears.
Yeah, no, but like you're good at recording video and stuff. Okay, say you are a stay-at-home mom with a cooking show. Would you have any idea how to grab a nanny cam, hook it up to a wireless feed, and do one of those button cameras and then have a live stream of this confession? Would you have any idea how to do that properly?
No, but her setup was pretty elaborate for her show in the kitchen. Like she had multiple cameras with a remote that switched cameras and it was a live stream. So I will say they did set her up to be smarter than me with technology. You know what I mean? Like she
but
I also feel like you could go and get a nanny cam and watch like a 10-minute Google video and figure out how to do that.
It just felt, because like her shit was very planned out and it was a routine or whatever, and this one just felt like, all right, well, we're just going to take, hey, these exist in the world, she can do this.
I'm torn on that part because I think part of it's like that was so hokey and dumb and kind of ruined the tone of the movie. But another part of me is like, okay, a female vlogger whose like name is Hi Moms, how would she confront this situation? And that character in real life, that was what she would do. Like her brain would think, oh, we're going to do the fake gun trick and coerce confession, because that's all anyone knows how to do. Like,
true. Okay.
She was treating it like it was an episode of like CSI, and she was going to trick the bad
because she's
guy.
a stay-at-home mom. That's what she knows, those stories. So I do kind of think I like that.
Okay.
But
I can get behind that, yeah.
But the whole, like, I don't know. I would have wrapped that third act up way tidier, and it just got really like, oh, this is bad now.
I would have had what's her face, Emily, kill them both and walk out. I wanted that. I wanted that ending.
No,
because the bad guys never win.
I liked Anna Kendrick so much. I wanted a happy ending for her.
Yeah, just that scene where she finally figured everything out and it cuts to her in the car just rapping, celebrating. That was just such an endearing moment. You can't root against her after that.
No, but I mean to me that would have been a better movie. Like just all right, well, happy endings are overrated. Let's go. Let's go for the guts and get out of this. And then she's on the run again.
I felt bad for the husband. I didn't want him to get got. I thought maybe oh shit, are they really going to set him up? And then they're like,
Fuck him. He was such a sleazeball, man. He was sleeping with his TA.
no, he was just overly flirty. We don't know if he actually slept with her.
He was pretty.
I mean, I believed Blake Lively's character that they just like had a threesome.
Yeah. Blake Lively's so beautiful. It's crazy.
I did feel bad for the husband though, because after he actually got shot, there was like 5 minutes more of like actual scenes where he's just like staggering around in the background, slowly bleeding out, like this poor guy.
I
like
love
leaning against walls.
I love how fake the fake one looked compared to the real one.
Yeah, that was pretty
amazing.
good. You know what
Nice touch.
Who played the boss?
Oh, I loved him. Darren Nylon, whatever his name was.
Yeah, I've
he
seen.
was
I
great.
recognized him from
I
something.
recognize. Oh my God, it's Quinn from Homeland. Interesting.
Oh shit!
That means
He's put on
nothing
some
to
weight.
me.
He put on weight. I was trying to like piece him together so hard the entire movie because I was like,
That's
who's that?
awesome.
I liked how Anna Kendrick took advice from Blake Lively's character. Like, you got to be aggressive. Stop saying sorry. I liked how there was that little like human element to Lively's character where she did help Anna Kendrick's growth from like single pushover.
She was a good person. Well, not great person, but she was trying to be the best person she could be with keeping the max amount of distance she could from people.
Yep. You know what scene?
She wasn't a bad person.
Until she murdered her sister.
Well, that was to protect her family.
You know what scene I really liked?
But
When Sean and Blake Lively's kid was being a dick to the other kid, and Anna Kendrick like sat with him and was like, "You're allowed to be upset, so we're just gonna sit here, not talk to each other, and be upset together." I was like, I like that. She was a really nice person. Those scenes endeared me to her. Like, okay, I really want her to have a happy ending here.
yeah,
Well, also
that's
too,
just
like at the
straight
start
mom.
of the movie when she's like a mommy blogger and all that, I was like, oh god, she's gonna like. In my head, I had assumed she was gonna be someone who tried to put on a perfect front and then was like actually standoffish to her kid and like didn't care about her kid, and it just turned out she was like a great mom, which
Yeah.
I feel like you normally don't see in movies
Yeah.
lately.
I want to talk about the vlog for a second because I thought that was a great tool. Originally, I thought it was like this is a really nice way to push. It was like in The Office when they have the confessionals. Mm-hmm. It was a good way to push her like little self story beyond, and I loved how like you could just track the views like at the bottom and the last comments. It was very interactive.
The comments were good because they were putting things like they were like, okay, now as an audience, like some of the comments were like the husband did it right away.
Mm-hmm.
So if you weren't already thinking it, which you probably were as an audience member, now you're like, oh, maybe he did do it, and you also
Plant the seed.
know that she's reading these.
Yeah,
And like she's getting all these ideas pushed on her. And I thought it was a great tool when she knew she was still alive and she was listening. So she dropped the word faith and all that shit.
and hope,
And hope,
faith and
yeah.
hope. Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really good. All right, let's go into ratings and reviews. Does anyone volunteer
Okay.
to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, we're gonna do popcorn first, which is rewatchability, entertainment, basically just overall joy.
Enjoyment, and I'm gonna give it a 4 popcorn because I do have a lot of problems with it, but I do love watching Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick on screen, and like you said, you couldn't leave. You had to figure it out. You had to stay till the end. So I'm not gonna crush it too hard for the ending on the entertainment value because it got me there. I think I cared so much about the ending because I enjoyed the first half so much. So I'm giving it a 4 popcorn.
right.
Ditto. Exactly same score, exactly same reason.
Hello. Bam.
I gave it a 5.
5.
Yeah. I mean, just because even with my problems with like the plot and like the tonal whiplash a little bit, I still had such a great time at the theater watching this.
I
Walking out of the theater, I turned to my girlfriend and said the same thing you texted us, which is I'm so glad like good movies are back. Whether you think this is like a great movie or not, it was just a great experience.
That's how I felt. Yeah, see, like I waned down from that, but I still think I'm glad good movies are back for the podcast, and it's not sequels and action movies, and there's like plot-driven movies coming up. My grandma, I went with my grandma because she's my neighbor now. As soon as the credits rolled, she went, "That was wonderful." She loved it.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
god. So there was this little old lady in my theater who just every twist and turn was blowing her mind. Like, even when you already knew Blake Lively's character was clearly still alive, and then she calls her on the phone, and the little old grandma was just like, "Oh my God!" As soon as it happened, like, it just blew her mind. And I think that impacted me enjoying it, because I was like, man, if this lady's really loving it, this is a good movie.
I would have shushed the shit out of that old lady.
All right, so we got 2 4s and a 5, which we average out to a 4 here on Six Pack
Yep.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Yep, the doubles have it.
Let's go into critical, which I think is kind of interesting for this movie. John, you want to go first again?
Sure, love to. Can't wait. Here we go. It was a great movie, 2/3 of the way through. So 66% of the way through, I loved it. And it was perfect for me. And then the last third sucked entirely, but it was still made. So I'm give it a 70% overall.
All right.
Okay.
I can't tell you. I can't explain how badly that third act
Bothered
sucked.
you. Yeah.
It really truly bothered me.
Did it change at all when Dave and I said, that's what a mom vlogger would do as her plot? Did that, because I saw in your brain, it looked like that clicked a little bit with you.
It clicked as I understand why they did it, but in my brain, a much more reasonable brain, a mom would go, "Oh my God, I need to call the cops."
Got to get those views, man. Got to get those subscribers up.
Yeah.
My
I
problem
know.
wasn't with the Anna Kendrick for the third act. My problem was like really, really with the gay guy
The tonal stuff, right?
Yes.
and the
Darren.
car getting run over. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yep.
that was like a Mean Girls joke, and Mean Girls was a strict comedy and really good
Yeah.
at it. So not only is this like a played out joke, it's
And-
like it doesn't fully fit your tone, especially at that moment.
Yeah. It was very serious right then.
Yeah, and beyond
Like,
and
despite
beyond
like
the
the
car.
nanny cam thing, it was like a very serious people were getting shot moment.
Yeah, and beyond the car gag, like this woman Emily is a monster and has been getting away with living her life for how many years without getting caught. She's not going to get caught by a fucking stalker mom with a hidden camera. She already found all the hidden cameras, microphones from the cops. She called the cops off and sent them somewhere else. She was on top of her shit. There's no way she would have been caught like this. No chance.
And I didn't want to like that guy. Like, I don't want him to come back and now defend Anna because, like, hey, she's one of us. Like, no, fuck you, dude. And Anna Kendrick's character should not like you. You're an asshole. Like, when he's like,
Oh.
yeah, I watched your blog, she would be like, please don't. I don't like you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so I'll give my critical rating. I gave it an 82. And I had it much higher until that last act. And I like I said before, I think it's mostly Paul Feig getting cold feet and doing a straight thriller and like really ramping up the comedy at the end, which brought it down a lot. The car crash, like I said, I think it would have played better if you didn't have it as that guy and you had it as someone else and like didn't do a quip after and made it more serious and she just happened to get run over. But I love the movie up until like the last 15 minutes and I didn't hate the last 15 minutes. It just wasn't as good.
All right. Well, I went with a 77. I was in the 80s when I left the theater, and right now I'm in the 77. That's what I wrote down, which averages us out to a 76, so I'm kind of in the middle of you two.
I can live with that.
That works.
Yeah, I like it. Like, I don't want to say it was a bad movie. It was very entertaining, and I don't think. So critically, I gave it a 77 because I think it could have been higher, but I don't think they wanted to. I think they wanted to make a more fun movie than a good movie, and I think they had all the tools to make a good movie, but they
It's been a
went
great movie.
they went fun route. So it's not really like I'm not trying to kill it at all. I just think I wish that they
Yeah.
didn't go that route with the story and the actors and characters and all that.
For sure.
76.
What are you guys going to What are you guys going to drink if you watch it again?
Got to be a martini now
Yeah, you got
Gin
a dirty,
martini.
a
Yeah.
dirty gin.
with a cold.
Which P.S. A girl who hasn't drank in like 6-7 years and she pulls out a straight up dirty gin martini, she's choking on that shit. She's not gonna be like, oh, this is kind of tough, and I'll have another one. No, she's dying.
I think you're just nitpicking things now because it showed her like get hammered from like one.
Yeah, have you drank a dirty gin martini like that?
Yes, I love gin martinis.
Dude, that wasn't mixer. That was straight fucking gin.
Yeah.
That burns, man. I drink gin a lot. That's not fun. That's for old grizzled veterans of drinking.
Ooh,
And she was
Lions
not.
touchdown.
Fuck you.
Love the update there.
Fuck you. I had the thing paused.
Just joking. It's 0-0.
Shut the fuck up. I don't even know. I don't know what to believe now.
It's one or the other.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's the end of this episode of Six Pack Cinema. Go to Six Pack Cinema on Twitter or Instagram. Let us know what you think, how many popcorns you're giving it, what's your critical rating. Interact, subscribe, rate, review. Mostly just subscribe. And let us know what movies.
We've gotten an influx of ratings lately.
Let us know
Nice.
what movies you would want us to do that are coming out. We talk about upcoming trailers and upcoming movies every Thursday on our Headliners and Hollywood Headliner show. So check that out. Sister Brothers is a big one we're all excited for.
Yes, I got to see that.
Ooh. What are we doing next week? White Boy Rich, or we'll figure it out?
Yeah, either White Boy Rick or Maniac on Netflix. It'll go out on Twitter and Instagram when we decide, though.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know. Thank you very much for tuning in. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all.